very sick lately. I've had a headaches and stuffy nose, runny nose, cough, body aches. It's been miserable. But I thought it'd be a great opportunity to make a video about sickness and spirituality, or sickness and pain and spirituality. My teacher had taught me that when you're in pain, it's a very good opportunity for growth. It shows you, who you really are. It's so easy to, be spiritual and holy and wonderful when you're feeling good. When you're not feeling good, that's when, a lot of your real character shows. So I've been working a lot on taking the opportunity for while I'm sick to see, like, okay, well, where do I need to grow? Where are the areas that, I'm still, uh, you know, not being straight with myself, or I'm, pushing myself in the wrong direction, or not pushing myself enough. And for me, it's learning to relax. That's been a big thing for me. I have a very difficult time relaxing. I try and go as hard as I can with what I do. I choose, these very difficult yogas, and constantly trying to push myself to meditate more and more. And the nice thing about being sick is it kind of forces you to rest. When I was in Tennessee at a monastery, there was this big meditation event I was helping to volunteer with. I had probably 2,000 people coming to this monastery, and uh, I was 7 o'clock at night. We had been going since 5 in the morning. We had all gotten up, done our meditations, gone out to help set things up, and 7 o'clock still, and I was trying to frantically make sure that this person had that and that person had this. And uh, one of my fellow sadhakas, someone who was there helping, they had a big smile and they put their hand on me and they said, "Lucas, sit down." Have a cookie. Someone brought cookies. So I've been working on sitting down and eating cookies. This is where I'm at. Just trying to learn to not try so hard, or really not try at all. And that's the area of growth for me. Uh, that's why I often get kicked out of Zen states. It's because I'm trying instead of just letting it happen. That's where I've been struggling a lot. The other thing about like being sick is it reminds me to focus more on that I'm not the body and I'm not the mind. But it's like more difficult to do that when I'm sick, because pain sort of grounds you in the body a lot more, you know? That's a really good, area to grow for me. It's, okay, I can deal with this level of pain and, detach from the body. Can I deal with this level of pain and still be detached? And especially for not being upset by it. That's like a really big thing to me. Is not being upset by being, sick. That's still something I'm working on. That's still something I'm working on. I think back to my grandfather who passed away probably 9 months ago or so by now. He was in hospice and we were helping to take care of him, the whole family. He had so much grace and just such strength of character. Yeah, he was a soldier, fought in the Vietnam War. He was just the kindest, most gentle person you would ever meet. And he was dying of cancer, and I never once heard him lash out at a single human being my whole life. Even on his deathbed, he has all the reason in the world to be upset, to lash out, to be angry. Not once. Didn't hear it once. That's a high level to me. Of internal integrity, and that's something I'm kind of reflecting on. As I'm sick now, and okay, this man who's been through so much, he's able to not lash out. Definitely for me, I need to have at least that much while I've got a cold. As a kid, I was taught, you need to be more patient with people while they're sick because that's when they lash out when they're angry. And I kind of took that as like, oh, this is my excuse now to lash out and be angry when I was younger. Yeah, you get older and kind of realize that being angry just kind of pushes people away. Being chronically angry. So learning to laugh and continue to take that next step forward. That's been the whole struggle for me, is learning, okay, when do I push myself versus when do I rest? When do I take that step forward versus when do I just sit down? I think it's been getting easier. It's a learned skill. It's something that you have to have you get an intuitive sense for. And being sick is actually helping with that. When your body's starting to fail you, it kind of puts things in perspective about, okay, this is these are the signals that my body is telling me to sit down and rest. So I think that's a big one for me, is learning to listen more to my body without being overwhelmed by it, because I shut out my body for so long because I was just overwhelmed with all the signals my body would tell me. And that's been a big thing. It's helped a lot with the meditation. I don't feel overwhelmed nearly as much with the signals my body sends. It's getting better and better. So I'll keep at it. Hope the story has helped. Namaskar.